Hey, what's up? It's Madeline Paquette. I am a sommelier and co-founder of WineFolly.com, where we learn by drinking. Today we're talking Tannat. This is a grape variety where if you love bold red wines like Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, or Malbec, this grape should definitely be on your radar. It puts these other wines to bed. It has more antioxidants, that's polyphenols, tannins, astringency, if you will, than almost any other grape. So, if you were gonna drink wine for health purposes, that's definitely Folly, but it should probably be Tannat. This grape variety, not a lot of people have heard about. It's actually pretty rare. Where there's 250,000 acres of Pinot Noir planted, there's only about 14,000 acres of Tannat in the world. And it grows in two very weird places. That's southwest France, sudwest France, and in Uruguay. So for our tasting today, I picked up a wine from both of these major regions, and I thought we'd give them a whirl. Wine number one. I think I would technically describe this as deep ruby, but do you see this color? I can't even see through it. Legs are pretty moderate. I would guess, just looking at them, it might be a higher alcohol level, maybe 14 to 15%. On the nose, macerated plums, like cooked plums. Licorice, wet concrete, blueberries, blackberries, and this subtle whiff that reminds me of irises. Let's give it a taste. Whoa. On the palate, this wine is massively bold. It starts out really fruity, more in this raspberry plum play, and then leads into these massive tannins that completely cross my palate. What's interesting, and I think this might be because of the higher alcohol level, the tannins actually drop out a fair amount, and I'm left with this nice tingling sort of flavors of a little bit of licorice and a little bit of blackberry on the finish. Really well made, great way of managing the tannins in this wine. Super fruity, bold, a little bit alcoholic, like I said, but not at all bad, like very tasty. Let's talk about wine number two. Look at this color. Also very bold, leaning more towards garnet in terms of its coloring. Definitely deep black wine. I can't see through this one, although I will say there's a little longer rim of this wine than the last one. Viscosity-wise, a lot lighter than the last wine, not a lot of tears forming as quickly on the side of the glass or as thick, although maybe just slightly, maybe only about 1% lower than the last one if I was gonna guess. I'm guessing right now, so I don't know. On the nose, very different aromatic quality than the last one. I get notes of raspberries, wild blueberries. It's very gravelly, old leather bags, and then on the finish, what is that, baby diaper solve? All right, let's give it a taste. Another massive wine. Starts out more of those raspberry flavors, and then boom, massive tannins across my palate on both sides and the center of my tongue, and then it goes into the back of my palate. Not quite as long as the last wine, just a slight tingle kind of drops out. More tart, more minerally, more subtle. The alcohol level is not burning in the back of my throat like the last one, so I would say definitely lighter alcohol level, and overall more herbaceous tasting wine, although not herby. More like leather. So if you're a leather lover, this is a great wine. I think this was super easy to figure out which one's the old world and new world wine. I think wine number one is the new world wine. I think it's a Uruguay wine. And wine number two is definitely the French Maturin. So let's take a look. Wine number one is indeed from Uruguay. It's from Garzon, Tannat, from their single vineyard wine, 14.5% ABV, 100% Tannat. Awesome wine, super great way to taste the wine, especially if you love New World wines, I would recommend it. Chateau Perros is our Vieja veins. This is actually just 80% Tannat and 20% Cab Franc. So those lighter colors we were seeing in this wine was probably that Cab Franc coming through. Still, massive, incredible wine. And if you love leathery wines, like Italian leathery wines, this should be on your radar. 13% alcohol by volume. That is Tannat, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this tasting and are interested and curious about Tannat. And if you want to know more, we have this book sitting right here. This is the Wine Folly Master Guide Magnum Edition. I actually just won a James Beard Award. I want to show it to you. This is what a James Beard Award looks like, and I got it for this book. And it's not because of these videos. It's because of this book. It's a great way to explore and learn about wine. I highly recommend you check it out if you're in the market for a good wine education. All right, until next time, this is Madeline. Peace out.